My name is Katarzyna Ś𝗹𝗲𝗀 and I'm representing 𝗲𝗚 Film Center, one of the FilmED partners. And please welcome to one of our webinars, one of our 6 webinars that sum up our almost 2-year effort that we made with other partners of the program. And I'm happy to welcome you together with Franek from 𝗲𝗚 Film Center, Adela from Kruton, and 𝗂𝗚 from National Filmothek from Hungary. And all 3 of us will present our methodologies in the second part of this webinar very soon. My first question would be to you if we have any new participants, any new people joining, or because we were wondering if we should make a detailed introduction of all the partners and all the people behind the project, or you've heard it all already. Okay, so maybe I will try to do something in between. I will say everything I should say. Just I will try to be brief. I think the most important thing to say is that FilmED was a common effort of 6 partners, and we tried a lot of methodologies, a lot of ways, how to inspire young people, young children, teachers, educators, and ourselves to make film education more accessible, more attractive, and just used as a tool by teachers who are not necessarily specializing or were not yet specializing in film education. We've already organized 3 webinars. One of them was devoted to heritage films, classic films, how to deal with this kind of challenge in film education, how to make these films attractive to young audiences. In the second webinar, we were talking about filmmaking activities, very practical filmmaking activities. We shared our experiences on how to organize such workshops that teach such things as camera operation, editing techniques, just how to deal with this essential, basic tools that, of course, can be also very elaborate and developed, but we were trying to persuade everyone that it's good to just start. In the third webinar, we talked about film education for the smallest children. It's just because we all believe that we should start as early as possible with film education, especially that we see younger and younger children with their tablets or phones in their hands. So it's better that it's done with bigger awareness, let's say. And today we have our meeting number 4. And meeting number 4, webinar number 4, is about educators. We will share our experiences, our methodologies that we tested, that we created and then tested during almost 2 years of the project. Experiences on how to teach teachers and educators, how to inspire them to use film in their everyday practice, how to implement film as a theme, also how to use film language, how to create, how to play, learn, and live with film and pass it to younger ones. We will have 2 more webinars coming next week. So we will also showcase inclusive approaches and film education activities for diverse learners. So it will be about inclusivity. And the last webinar will be about interdisciplinary film education. So all about innovative ways to integrate film education across various subjects. So I hope that you will continue this this webinar adventure with us. And now I will go briefly into to present us, the partners who created FilmED as a project, as a 2-year project, and also as this great website that I hope you all know already, or if not, you will try to use it in your work. So first of all, Goethe Institute in Prague, who is a project leader. As we know, Goethe Institutes work between Germany and various countries. And we were very happy that Goethe Institute invited us all to this project. I remember when we first met in this beautiful building that you see on the photograph, and we started this collaboration, which I gather is like something natural for Goethe Institute, just to combine different sites. Wajda Film Center in Warsaw, it's us, it's me. We are named after the most famous and most recognized Polish film director Andrzej Wajda, who was awarded with Oscar for Lifetime Achievement and made many beautiful films like Canal or Men of Marble, Ashes and Diamonds. And but he's our patron. We don't have to work only with his films. We do a lot of different things. We show a lot of different films, and film education is in the core, let's say, of our activities. We work a lot with documentary films, documentary for young audience. We organize a festival, for example, for them. And also we work quite a lot with teachers, and this is also why I will tell you more about it later today. Kruton, our partner from Czech Republic, has this beautiful venue 𝗘𝗺𝗃, and this is where Prague audiences meet to watch and talk about films. Their focus is on community-driven cinema. This is a very nice phrase, I guess. Cinematheque of North Macedonia is the public institution that safeguards the nation's film heritage and also introduces audiences to the international works. 𝗘𝗺𝗃 𝗂𝗃 from Slovakia. It's another partner having a beautiful cinema that combines tradition with a modern approach to film programming. And education is also an important part of their curriculum. And last but not least, National Film Institute in Hungary, also a public institution that supports the development, production, and promotion of Hungarian cinema. And 𝗂𝗍, who is with us, is responsible for film education, and we will listen to her later on as well. Let's move to another slide, which shows briefly our team that stands behind the project. Teresa and Monika from Goethe Institute, me, Monika, and Karolina from Wajda Film Center, Adela from... You are alone here? Sorry, because I didn't see clearly. Damiana from 𝗘𝗺𝗃 from Northern Macedonia, Karin from Slovakia, and 𝗂𝗍 from Hungary. I'm not sure if we are all here, but indeed it was a great team that worked very intensively during this almost 2 years with many meetings, many phone calls. many brainstorms. So it's really great to see you all on these pictures. And it's important to say, I think, that all these webinars that we are presenting are run by the people who actually created the project, created these methodologies, these workshops, these ideas. So we are talking from our own experience and from our own pains and successes. FilmED in numbers is another slide. So you can see that it's quite impressive what we achieved in this 1.5 years, let's say. And we hope that these workshops that we described, these methodologies that we described and will describe, will flourish, and we will finally have more participants, more training sessions, more workshops, more educators that will be inspired by what we have prepared. But this is to show you a scale of what we have done, conducted, before coming up with the website, before coming up with the methodologies and descriptions and the presentations that we are giving today and during other days. Our website, of course, it's the best to go there yourselves and click here and there and see how it's structured and how it works. But basically, it's divided in 3 categories: activities, which are descriptions of activities implemented by partners aimed at organizations, institutions, or teachers, educators that show our understanding of film education in 2 dimensions, theoretical and practical, as well as education through film and education about film. So in this section, you can find more than 20 film education activities for different age groups. The second section we have is how to start. And this section contains tips on how to start if you want to do something with film education, you don't know how, you can find inspiration there. You can also find some information there, partners, films. So this is like basic package. And we also have a third part, which are quizzes for cinephiles and beginners. So everything for everyone. And these quizzes can teach you about shots, film styles, film language, and much more. So I just encourage you to go to the website yourself and try to play with it. And if something doesn't work or you find something puzzling, you can always reach to us, because every evaluation, every feedback we get is very precious. Okay, so now we can go to the plan of today, and we will talk about 3 activities. We will have 3 speakers. After each presentation, we will have 5 minutes for Q&A. And also we have reserved 15 minutes at the end of the whole webinar to try to sum up everything or give the voice to you if you have any questions. So first activity that we will present will be presented by 𝗚𝗂𝗃 from National Filmothèque in Budapest. And I should also say that our next webinar will be on Tuesday, 21st of October, and we will talk about accessibility in film education. Okay, so 𝗚𝗃𝗃, the floor is yours.
Hello, greetings from Budapest. I'm 𝗚𝗃𝗃 at the National Film Institute. I work at the Film Archive, so mostly we are presenting classical movies, but also contemporary movies. But our main focus is on classical movies. And we had an idea a few years ago that we really would like to implement films in as most classes as possible. There were obvious choices which were already founded since the beginning of cinema. So already in the beginning of the 20th century, students and teachers used films to know more about history, to know about more literature. And of course, we developed a lot of educational materials for these subjects. But we started to be curious, what if we combine science and cinema? Is it possible? Is it a way for a teaching methodology? Is it helpful for science teachers? And is it helpful for also sharing classical movies? And we developed two methodologies. One is already on the website, the Cinema and Science, the teaching remix. And I will also tell you a bit about the other methodology, which will be soon, at least at the end of the year, our other workshop plan, which we did in July. So first, the online workshop, the Cinema and Science, the teaching remix. We did it, we started very early in the FilmED project, like in 2024 February, we already started to develop it. The preparation part for us was much more than what you see now for 1 and 2 months, because it was really a new thing for us, how to involve science teachers. But after all, we found out, and we also give tips how you can reach science teachers and how you can develop together these materials. So in the beginning, there was a very big luck that we met a teacher who was also a physics teacher and also a drama teacher. So humanity and science was already combined in one person. And with him, we started to discuss. And then he helped us to reach more teachers. And we had a lot of conversation how to start it. And after all, in 2024, we developed more than 15 educational materials all together with the teachers. We discussed what are their needs, what is helpful, and what are our needs, how we would like to share the films. The idea behind was that what if we take a short animation movie or an experimental movie, which is not focused on scientific topics. So like Sisyphus is a very short animation film. It's nothing to do with the science for the first sight. But if you really think about it, then it's a lot of things that the Sisyphus, the legendary, which you can use for literature and also for history, we have a common knowledge of it, that yes, a person tries a very big stone to put up all his life. But what is the difficulty in it? The difficulty is the weight of the stone, how high is the mountain. So you can make it visible, physics phenomena. So that was the idea behind it. And then we started to select films from our heritage, which, of course, not all movies have this. So not all movies can show great scientific concept or phenomena. But we started to collect, okay, this film can be useful for biology because you can see beautifully the muscles and also the bones. The other film can show like about the moon and the sun, how it rises, and also in for primary schools and also for secondary schools. So quite complex phenomena and quite easy things. And then we started to look for more and more educators to involve in this project. And we also find not just a physics, but a biology and a geography teacher who started to develop the materials. And after all, most of the films are short films, because even for moving picture classes in Hungary, it's not so easy to show a whole film, a full-length film. Sometimes they can put together 2 classes and they can watch a whole movie, but most of the time they don't have really time to watch movies. So shorts was the first thing. The second, of course, to have some scientific phenomenon. I will show you two examples, one of the Sisyphus, which I already mentioned. As you can see in the educational material, we are asking about the energy, the power, about the weight, kilojoules and stuff like this. And another example, the section gang. It's a short experimental film, black and white, from two very famous Hungarian filmmakers. But this was one of their first documentary, and also very experimental. So the workers are, as you can see, most of the film are doing this. And the teacher started to think about, okay, let's see the railways, how it's built. We go on the railways every day, but do we know how it works? Do we know what kind of things do we need to think about? Why is it still stable? And on another perspective, he already started to think about, okay, what if there are songs? Because the rhythm. So one film can show a lot of phenomena, and they are not just great for humanity, but to understand the science. Of course, we were a bit afraid that how will this work, that a complex concept for a student who is not very interested in science, and also a black and white film from the 50s, 60s, 70s, if it does work. And after the education materials were ready, of course, we published it, but we turned to a methodology which we usually do with new materials, that we tried them out. We asked several schools all around the country. It was very important that all kind of schools, so also governmental schools, private schools, with very different backgrounds. And we asked 7 teachers to try these materials. And we could hold it online because we really wanted to reach the countryside. So it was impossible to make it in person. We already planned it online. And one of the best things of the pandemic that we were already used to online workshops. So we could achieve some great things from that. And it was like, in the beginning, we discussed that how do they like per se impersonally the materials, how do they imagine it to put it in the class, if they would use it for one class, or it will like for 2 weeks, with how old kids, like we suggest 11, 12, 13, will it be a small group or a big group? So we had a lot of questions that they needed to think about. And there was the procedure. It took 1 month. We were still in contact all the time, but we met 3 times. So the online workshop was 3 sessions altogether. The last time was when we shared our experiences. The teachers let us know how it went according to their plans, what worked, what didn't work, what they used from the methodologies, because the methodologies always suggest that you can use just one task from it, or you can use the whole of it. It depends always on your time. And at the end, that was the 4th plus occasion, a seminar which was a hybrid. We shared it, we met with the educators who tested, and we shared it so new educators can be involved, which was really precious that they shared for other teachers to encourage them and engage them that it, thankfully, it really works. And they could understand very complex things like dilatation, which before they didn't really care about, and also the film could work. Our other methodology was the summer workshop, which was the main point to meet in person with the teachers. We were inviting 8, 16 educators, and after all, there were 11 educators. The preparation part was 1.5 months, and actually the workshop was 4 days in the film archive, quite intense, like from 10 a.m. till 4 p.m. And it was based on the educational materials which we developed with the other online workshop. This can be divided. It's not a must that you need to put it together, but we made it like this to be in a flow. But of course, both can be useful, I think, separately. And the main goal was to develop new educational materials. There were teachers, these 11 teachers were literature, history, civics, visual arts teachers, and it was based on the materials before. And the focus was one film, one educational material, but the educational material has 4 subjects included. And during these 4 days, it was not just enough time for developing the materials, but we had a lot of, so 4 days seems like very short, and also it can be super long. So we could implement a lot of other things, like we could introduce our organization, which is, I think, important for all of us. If you introduce your cinema, your cinematheque, your cultural house, your school. So we really had time. As you can see, we showed our vault, our library. They could be in the screening room. There were, of course, icebreakers like the spaghetti marshmallow on one of the pictures, as you can see, just not to think about films now, not to think about education, but put ourselves somewhere else. And we developed online games, and we had a lot of discussions during the lunches, and every day after the session stopped, we started a discussion about what we achieved the day and what we want to do next day. And also the teachers could try out the workshops, which 1 week ago I was presenting about our pre-cinema. So it was a very practical to try out what the kids can also do. So the main purpose of it is to be interdisciplinarity and to build bridges in between films, in between subjects, and in schools that teachers can work together. We usually work together, but in a more creative way. So that was our presentation about science and cinema. And thank you very much for your attention.
Thank you very much. Does anyone have any questions?
I'm just interested in how the school all around your country, how they reacted to this idea. How well did they receive all this new progressive program?
The teachers who developed or who tried, or in general, you were asking?
I think like in general, because I'm wondering whether the teachers community were like more scared about how maybe complicated it can get, or just like excited for trying new fresh ideas.
It was totally differential. It took a while to make people curious about it. The first teacher with whom we really had a log, that he was really open-minded. It encouraged us that he was totally involved in after 15 minutes of discussion. Then it was not really easy because there were some misunderstandings that we would like to show documentary films about scientific phenomenon. And we said, no, it's not that case. We know that you already use it. A lot of biology and geography, it's obvious that it's much easier to show that. So there was a part, like a few months, which was not easy. But I need to tell you my last experience with our education authority, so from the ministry, that they really liked the idea when we asked them to share our summer camp, so we can invite people from all around the country. And they said immediately, yes, of course, we would help you in it. But then they started also to think about it. Okay, maybe we should put this in the chemistry book, which was, wow, amazing. So I really, I was not expecting this, but I think to really implement it, it will take a while. from the students, we have really great feedbacks. They really enjoy it.
Right, great. Thank you very much.
Shall we move to another part? So now I will give the voice to myself. And first we will play a teaser that presents our film camp for teachers.
Kolonie filmowe to 5-dniowe warsztaty dla nauczycieli i edukatorów. Pomysł polega na tym, aby wybraną grupę takich osób zaprosić w miejsce oddalone od ich codzienności, od ich pracy, najlepiej w czasie letnich wakacji. My na ten cel wybraliśmy Zwierzyniec, to jest miejsce, gdzie odbywa się co roku popularny festiwal filmowy, miejsce otoczone piękną przyrodą. 50 uczestników naszych warsztatów mogło wybrać jeden z modułów, w ramach którego mogli się uczyć o tym, jak pracować w szkołach z klasyką filmową, jak pracować z archiwami filmowymi i jak wykorzystywać film dokumentalny w psychoedukacji. Oprócz tego mogli brać udział w warsztatach, które przeciwdziałają wypaleniu zawodowemu, w warsztacie somatografia. Wszystko to robiliśmy po to, aby dać nauczycielom nie tylko porcję inspiracji, ale też poczucie, że ich praca jest bardzo ważna i jest przez nas bardzo doceniana.
So I will try to say a few more words about this film camp. Indeed, our motivation was, like I said in this last sentence of this teaser, was to give teachers something extra. So this is why we didn't organize this camp in our venue in Warsaw, but we thought that teachers who are so overwhelmed, so underpaid, so not enough respected in the society, they just need to feel good, at least for a couple of days. And we wanted to give them this impression that we care for them, that we've prepared something especially for them, and that work and knowledge can be linked with some fun, simply. So we called it an immersive retreat because indeed the workshop allows not only to dive into the film education skills, but also allows to develop some creative skills, also enables to take part in the festival itself, in festival screenings, in some networking meetings with actors, directors, and other creators of films. And also it's immersive because you can immerse into the beautiful nature that surrounds Zwierzyniec that we have chosen for the place of this summer camp. So as I marked here, we were trying to combine both development of professional skills, but also this well-being aspect. It was very important for us. 50 teachers each year, so we've done it twice. So altogether we trained 100 teachers from all over the country. They were selected in the application process, so each time we had more than double applications that we had places. We were trying to choose people from different places of the country with different backgrounds, teaching different subjects. We wanted to be the group as much diverse as it's possible. 5 days in this beautiful area. We had the kayaking trip. It was like the highlight of our film camp this year, because, as I said, this little town is surrounded by beautiful nature. Of course, the film camp was very popular, and we had so many applications also because it was for free. Teachers didn't have to pay for anything. We covered their accommodation and subsistence. It was quite simple, but still the only cost that they had to cover was their travel. We had 4 different modules, 4 different methodologies that we were testing, and they are described on our website. So one was getting creative with found footage. We taught teachers how to work with archival material, how to edit it, how to create short films. So it was very practical. We talked about working with film classics, heritage films, how to dust them off, how to make them attractive again. We worked a lot with documentary films for young audience, to show that they are a great tool in psychoeducation. They are a great tool to talk to young people about various problems, challenges, feelings, emotions, and it really worked great. People were really interested, teachers were very interested, and also they were actually opening themselves as well when they watched and talked about films. Somatography, it was a kind of experiment. We were trying to combine film education with body work. So we were trying to feel the films, not to, intellectually analyze them, not even to feel them emotionally, but the task was to really try to express how these films works within our bodies. It was quite interesting. So this is just some photographs showing how nice everything was. Beautiful summer, smiling people. These are the posters of the festival last year and this year. They have quite an interesting program combined with both Polish and international films, some classical films, but a lot of contemporary films. Like this year, you could see the most fresh titles from Cannes Film Festival. So although the town is small and the festival is a summer festival, still teachers had this opportunity to watch big titles, let's say. What participants gained, I think that our aims were achieved, and indeed they both got inspirations and some support. What we also offered them this year was practical work on short films. Their task was to make films in small groups. They were divided into 6 groups. And they had to make short films entitled I Love Cinema. So they made basically short documentaries going around the festival, going around the town, talking to people, and then trying to edit the material together. And on the last day, we had the screening of all the films. All the crews, stood up. They could bow. We were clapping. So it was like a small celebration and very integrating experience to watch these small films together. And for us, it was just getting closer to these people, being a part of the community, of the film education community. And also, as each great cooperation that works both ways, we also got a lot of inspirations from teachers, because they also brought some ideas, some experiences, and they were sharing these experiences with others and with us. So let's say that metaphorically, we all understood that we are on the same boat. And we need to synchronize this, how to say, I forgot the name, the movement anyway, if we want to go in the same direction and achieve common goals. And yeah, I think for all of us, it was a very satisfying event. and we would like to continue. Of course, probably we will not be able to continue this when the project ends in such a scale, but we are so happy with the results that I think we will try to get some other grants to make it happen again. And what was our main lesson learned from the first edition that we implemented into the second edition was not to overwhelm the day with the workshops and lectures, just to give them free space. So I hope that they enjoyed more free space this year, space where they could go to the cinema, where they could go kayaking or for a walk. And I also hope that teachers will take this insight to their school and will also give more space to their students, because it's not always about sitting in the classroom and writing something in your notebook. So thank you very much, and please let me know if anyone has some questions. Yes, Adela.
Yeah, maybe I have a question. Maybe you said it. What subjects does the teachers teach? Is it like more like humanity subjects or also a science, or did you map this as well?
Mostly humanities, of course, Polish language, but we also have ethics. Some people learning that subject. English teachers, it was quite, I don't know, surprising. But we also had some teachers teaching math or biology or geography. So yeah, but mostly these are these humanistic subjects, yes. Łukasz?
Yeah, it's actually a comment, not a question. You said that most probably you cannot continue. I guess it's a budget issue, but I really would, I already imagined it in an international level, that if we could get together and invite teachers for this beautiful event all together, that would be, I think, awesome. Because we are struggling, our teachers are struggling with the same issues, and to get out of the town and be together in this very creative atmosphere, it's so beautiful. So I'm sorry, it's not a question, just a comment.
Yeah, but it's a beautiful comment. Thank you. And it would be great. The only thing is that there is this language barrier because, not every teacher speaks English. But maybe we can think of something, or maybe they will talk some, pan-European film language. Meanwhile, it's getting dark in Warsaw, so I have to. So if we have no more questions, at least for now, I would give the voice and screen to Adela to present the third methodology.
Thank you very much. I would ask for playing the teaser.
Filmová akademie Učit s filmem je dvouletý cyklus pravidelných workshopů pro pedagogy základních a středních škol, kteří by ve výuce chtěli pracovat s filmem a audiovizí nebo do ní přímo zapojit filmovou výchovu. Pedagogové se v rámci několika teoretických workshopů s profesionálními filmovými tvůrci nejprve seznámí s tím, jak funguje filmová řeč, včetně estetické a obsahové stránky filmu. Poté následuje série praktických workshopů zaměřených na scénář, střih, filmový zvuk nebo animaci, během kterých si filmovou tvorbu sami vyzkouší. Díky kombinaci teoretické a praktické části se pedagogové naučí audiovizi nejen rozumět, ale především ji kriticky nahlédnout. A také se naučí, jakým způsobem ji se studenty mohou využít ve výuce. Ať už k rozvoji kreativity, kritického myšlení, estetického cítění, k diskuzi o nejrůznějších tématech nebo rozvoji mediální gramotnosti a technických dovedností.
So our activity is called Teaching with Film, Film Academy for Teachers. And it is also a program for teachers, primary and secondary school teachers. when we were thinking, because we as Kruton, who runs the 𝗘𝗺𝗲𝗃, as you heard in the beginning of this webinar, we do a lot of film educational workshops or projects, programs, but mostly for young people and children. And we really wanted to start to work also with teachers more into the depth. So the base, like the main argument why we started this film academy was to find out if there are some teachers in our district, because we operate in Prague, in one district in Prague, which is the capital of the Czech Republic. So we wanted to find out if there are some teachers who really do film education already or would like to do it. Because we, from what we heard and from teachers who already came to our previous programs, that they mostly work with film like that they show it, screen it to their students. For example, the film about Second World War, and then they talk about it and take it for granted what they see in the film, that this is the film about the Holocaust, about the heroes of the Second World War and so on, and then take it for granted. And we saw it as a problem because every film, every audiovisual content is made by someone to a certain purpose, and we wanted to those teachers to understand how this film language works, how this maybe documentary or feature films, every film genre works, so they could understand it and think critically about it, because this is the basis, all of our activities is to teach teachers and children and young people to think critically about audiovisual content, which is everywhere. That's how we started. That's why we wanted to try to run this this program. Film Academy is still a going 2-year cycle of theoretical and practical film educational sessions and workshops for teachers, school principals, and also for some freelance lectures. We started last autumn, and we organized so far 7 sessions and workshops, and there is one last one which we will realize on our film festival in November. We prepared this cycle about 2 months, I guess, of focused work when we were planning and thinking about how we will structure this cycle and so on. So finally we agreed that we will organize 8 sessions. And the 3 first sessions will be like more theoretical one, focused on different film genre with some acclaimed filmmakers and so on, but I will talk about it later. And then 5 practical workshops when the teachers can learn really how to I don't know, do some editing or make some film music, or learn how to make some screenwriting. Each of this session or workshop will last from 3 to 4 hours and is organized one in 2 or 3 months throughout those 2 years. And the ideal number of participants, I think, is about 20, but it's okay when it's less. It's better because you can work more intensively. But if it's okay, if it's even 30, 20, we think is the ideal number. And as I said before, our goal was to provide educators some basics in film education, which we try to teach them to think critically about film education, about audiovisual content, about filmmaking, about film analysis. And we wanted really to encourage them and to empower them to incorporate it into their classes and to show them that it doesn't have to be really hard to work with, for example, short film and do some film educational discussion with their students directly in their classes, and then teach their students, because that's the main goal for us. As I said, our cycle has 2 parts. The first one is the theoretical one, which we organized last year, and it was 3 kind of discussion sessions with well-known and critically acclaimed filmmaker or audiovisual content creator. We decided to organize these 3 sessions for teachers to meet these filmmakers, as a great opportunity when they can get inspiration, when they can meet some, I don't know, acclaimed director or editor or maybe YouTuber, to really have this meeting to really get some good energy to continue and to start film education and filmmaking maybe from themselves. So that's why we really focused on picking people as a lecturers who are really not only famous, but really like do some stuff that the teacher knows as well. And each session, of course, focused on a different film and audiovisual genre, because we try to give them the most broadened view on the filmmaking content. The first session was, for example, with Barbora 𝗘𝗺𝗲𝗀, which is a great documentary director, and we focused on documentary and all of its possibilities, documentary film language, and also the documentary manipulation, which also, of course, we talked about the documents also have some purposes. It's not like that you put a camera and you shoot the objective reality, but there are also some intentions of the creators. So it was a very good workshop because or session, because Barbora is also a graduated film education teacher, which we found out is the best combination, that because teachers need really practical guidance, what really they can do with their students. So she was a great example of a lecturer who is a filmmaker and film education teacher who can give them this and really understand their situation. She understands what is it about to be a teacher. And the second session, teachers met this great 𝗃𝗺𝗃𝗵𝗵, which is a journalist and online audiovisual creator who focuses on media manipulation as well, which is a very popular theme. And many teachers, as we found out, imagines film education is very close to media manipulation. Sometimes they're taken as two sides of one coin. This was the second one. And the third one, this is a director, Petr Zelenka, which is a very famous Czech director who was talking about feature films and also film language of feature films and how he does it. And we also talk about historical movies, as I said before, and it's dangerous if we take it as a mapping the reality. And in the practical part, which we ran from the start of this year, we focus on different filmmaking areas, and we organized a practical filmmaking workshop of documentaries. So the teachers gathered in the cinema, and they pick a documentary genre, and they shoot it this little short film, and then we screen it and we talk about it. The second workshop, we focus on editing, and the third on film analysis and film language. And on the fourth, we focus on animation. And the fifth is awaiting us, and we decided to invite a foreign film education teacher, which will be a Dutch film education teacher, 𝗂𝗂𝗂𝗂, who does a great programs also focused on documentaries with students in the Netherlands. We'll see how this will end. The main focus on this film academy is to open the discussion about the possibilities and to enable the teachers to share their experience and talk about what they need as well. Because among our attendees, there are teachers who mostly do some stuff with films in the classrooms. Usually they try to shoot something also, but they do a lot of film discussions as well. But we have beginners among our participants as well. So it is also a challenge to kind of put them on the same level during the workshop. So it would be for everyone fun and not boring. The outcomes, what the participants can gain is some kind of, they get some kind of a official certificate that they attended this film academy cycle, and then they have some kind of a theoretical and practical foundations to do and teach film education in filmmaking and film analysis mainly. And they get the know-how on how to incorporate it into their classes, which is also one of the bases what they should get from a program like this. And what we feel is really important is that they also can build some network and to help each other. They like can meet and like support each other, which is for us it's really important because we try to like connect people among different film categories, maybe filmmakers like the professionals, but also the children who comes to us from our workshop. So this is the same like for the teachers. And we found out that it really works, and the teachers are really enjoy that they can inspire themselves. So that's one of our goals as well. And for an organization, educational organization who would like to organize this kind of stuff, the organization can like enhance their programs, educational programs. If they are doing some film education programs, they or they can start to do it. They can like broaden the areas they are focusing on, and they of course can build a network as well of educators and filmmakers to work with in like a more regular basis. And I think that's it for me as well. So thank you for your attention.
Thank you, Adela. So any questions to Adela? I actually have one question.
Okay.
This program is almost 2 years long. Yes. You have these meetings every 2 or 3 months, like you said. So didn't you have problems with keeping the group? Because from our experience, when we organize something similar, let's say, we had this problems that people would drop off, or they kind of disengage during these 2 months, and then they cannot attend or say they cannot attend. So do you have some magic tricks, or they were perfectly motivated, or how you achieved that?
Yeah, I think there are two ways. We have like about 100 teachers who registered to this academy, and we like have 2 levels. Like there are people who really want to get the certificate, and the ones who really want to attend just the chosen workshops. So in the first 3 theoretical sessions, because there are those famous people lecturing it, there are like almost more than 30 people or around 30 people coming. But if the people like the amount were like getting smaller, but now we are around 20 teachers who are really attending the practical part, and they're like this like more stable group. Sometimes it's less, sometimes it's more, who really want to do this film education. But yeah, you're right that it's hard, and I don't know, I don't have a magic trick, but at the end we have this kind of a small group like the ideal number. Your goal should be to have more teachers you can, because this is like the common phenomenon that's dropping.
Amisha?
I had a very similar question, like Kasia. And also, can you welcome new teachers, that one of the teacher, wherever is the reason, because, you go to another country, to another city, or overwhelmed, or you have the classes at that moment, but can you change it that someone new joins you after 1 year?
Of course, and we have those teachers, but we have a condition that you have to miss less than 3 like sessions or workshops to get the certificate. But if you would like to join when the cycle is going, it's not a problem. But maybe there is a limit that you can't get the certificates.
Certificates always work. Okay, anyone has some more questions regarding this presentation or any other today? So if there are no more questions, then I think we could end today's webinar. Please remember about the next one on Tuesday, October 21st, about accessibility. Otherwise, thank you very much. Enjoy our website and fruits of our work. Thank you, Adela and Amisha, for co-hosting today's webinar, and thank you to all other participants.